Yeah, this is Mark Baditcher with Stood Height Implement Company in Auburn, Nebraska. We're down here at the Johnson County Fair this year. Everybody sees us usually every year. We do a little interview down here, and we'll get into some of that stuff. Behind me, some of the equipment, and we'll talk about that a little bit too. First thing I need to talk about is, thank Stan Stood Height for everything he's done, not only for Johnson County Fair, but we cover, 4 or 5 fairs in southeast Nebraska. It takes a lot of time and, some dollars involved to get everywhere, and we need to thank him for being sponsors for these young kids, and, not only that, but the local farmers, everybody else, and just in general for keeping the business in Syracuse and Auburn. He was a great asset when he bought out the Auburn store and added that with his Syracuse one. For those of that don't know Stan or his buildings, we're in Auburn and Syracuse, Nebraska. We got a great couple facilities. Just a great place to work. He lets me out to do things like this, to be involved with the kids in the community. Some of the things, before I forget, today I got my son Caden with me. He's just enjoying the fair, and he's got some of his buddies, and we're running around here, and we'll talk to some of them here after a bit. One thing we talk about, that we got a banner down here this year. We're going to talk about the Johnson County Fair, stuff we have here, and this year Stood Height Implement, along with obviously John Deere, we're celebrating 100 years of the John Deere tractor. So we brought a few new tractors down here, and there is emblems on these tractors that are marked the 100-year anniversary. So we thought we'd bring some other stuff down here. One of the technicians at our Auburn store, Isaac Buss, restored this MT tractor. So we thought we'd park it in front of one of the bigger tractors we have now, just to show kind of the difference where we've come in 100 years. And this tractor here is 50s model, so we weren't clear back to 1918 when we started, but just to see how much things have changed in 50 years, let alone 100 years. This tractor in general, the MT, weighs less than the amount of weights we add onto the tractor now, let alone anything else. So it's just amazing how things have evolved. That was a quick glance at some of the stuff we had here. We got skid steer here, a couple tractors, lawnmowers, and if you've listened to the radio, we've talked about the new Gators with air conditioning a little bit. We got a couple of them models down here, and we've got a little temperature to use them out, so that works out good. That's about all we have in our booth right now. Stay tuned. We're going to head up, check out some of the livestock barns, and see who we can have a chat with, and we'll catch up with you then. Okay, so right now I'm going to let you talk with Nolan Wellensek from Cook. He's got some some breeding heifers here, so I'll let him go into little details. I'll ask him a few questions about that, and I'll give it over to Nolan. So tell me, what's their names?
Shavy, Deuster, and Jared Mike.
And how'd you come up with these names?
These were my uncle's racehorses' names.
Uncle's racehorses. Now hopefully these cattle don't behave like racehorses, right?
Yeah.
Now you got them tamed down?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you tell me a little process from, start to finish, what you had to do here, Nolan?
Well, we pick them out. That would be the first thing that we would do. And then we would tie them up, then let them go to get them, and we would curry comb them, so brush them down, and then we would start working with them. So we would do more every week until we got to here.
Yeah, so you're telling me you just didn't pick these out last week?
Yeah.
Decide to bring the barn. I mean, there's some planning ahead. Obviously, what we love to talk about with kids, the ones we interview with 4-H, is the time that, the actual kid puts in it. And you can tell by talking to him, Nolan knows a lot of the steps. That's good to see. So how long have you been working with these?
Well, from when we picked them out, probably 6 months, maybe.
Can you tell me who else kind of helps you out in this process?
Well, my dad, he does a lot with me.
Yep, we always like to throw, some of the parents or grandparents, whoever at the time. So yeah, that was Nolan Wellensek. I think we're going to wrap it up here and head to one of the other barns and see who else we can find. Yeah, we left the cattle barn. We came up here to check out some hogs, and we strolled across Sydney Hulse. We came across her, and she was willing to do an interview. Just looking up here, I see some awards. We'll talk about them. The pig show is over, correct?
Yes.
So yeah, I see some awards hanging up there. We'll discuss that a little bit with her, and he can, take a picture and see how things went. Some of the basic things, I don't think I've interviewed you before, so we'll just talk about some things of, the basics from start to finish, how long, it takes to do, showing pigs. Everything's different. Pigs are different than cattle. Everybody has their niche. So I guess I'll just start out with, about approximately time-wise when you start working with your pigs, how you pick them out, process like that.
Usually my dad and my brother go pick out my pigs for me, and they'll get them from local people around here. We take them home, and we get them towards the beginning of summer, and so it takes all summer. They grow up over the months, and you want to obviously start working with them at the beginning of the summer because it takes all summer to get them used to you and to train them the way that you want to, and it just takes quite a while to get them to do what you want.
So, when we talk to the cattle people, they discuss how they wash them and comb them. Obviously, there's a little different process with pigs. You still wash the pigs, comb and groom them. How's that process work?
I don't wash them every day. It's kind of unnecessary, I guess, for pigs because it's not really going to help their hair grow or anything. But I wash them once here, and that's all I wash them. But you work with them every day, and you get in there so they get used to you, and you get used to them.
Yep. So obviously, the washing doesn't always win you the events in pigs by looking at her banners up there. So I see some you want to talk about. So what divisions did you all win this year?
I just won my Division 3. I won classes in the divisions, but overall I won the whole Division 3, and I got reserve in Division 1 and 2, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So how long have you been showing pigs, or how long have you been in the 4-H scene?
I've been in 4-H for, I think, 10 or 11 years now, and so I've been doing pigs ever since I was old enough to do pigs.
So what grade you in?
I'm a senior.
Okay, so your show time's getting limited. And you said you've always showed hogs. You've done okay, yep. So yeah, we got a senior here. So obviously her time showing is coming to an end, which it's bittersweet for some of these people. So I think we might head down the horses. I want to thank Sydney a ton for doing the interview, and hope the rest of the fair goes well for you.
Thank you.
We did some interviews up. We did a little on the cattle show. We did some on the swine side. Now we ventured out to the outdoor arena, see who we can find down with the horses, and we happen to string across Mr. Lane Ottmer sitting on here. It looks like he's ready to probably do a show. I don't know what he's showing for sure, but you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing here? You can go in the name of your horse, some of your events, things like that.
Yeah, this is my horse 6. Today we've been doing all the pleasure and halter classes, and Sunday will be our speed event classes, and we're just about done. We got about 2 or 3 more classes left and for today, and I got a reserve champion in the Western pleasure class and some blues and reds in the other ones. My brother and I, we each have a steer and we each have a heifer, and we'll be showing those Saturday. And we got the 2 heifers are breeding heifers and the 2 steers are market steers. And we've been working with them ever since it kind of warmed up after the winter, and every day we wash them, and it's long, but it's worth it. So
yeah, that's good. That's great to see kids working with all this. So yeah, it was a great time talking to Lane here. It's his dad and I we grew up in the same neighborhood. He was actually in the John Deere business in Tecumseh till it closed down and went to Auburn. So his grandpa and uncles are great customers of Stood Height Implement. So it was great interviewing with him. So yeah, I think that's going to kind of wrap it up for Stood Height Implement here at the fair. Obviously, we'll be here for a couple more days. There's tons of events going on. So feel free to stop by our booth. Just see what's going on. We got equipment there. We're there to talk. We're located right by the cattle barn. It works out awesome. You can sit there and watch the cattle. You can watch the horses. Do it all from the booth. So stop by and see us if you can't. You can give us a holler, 800-456-9916. You can visit our website, www.stoodheightImplement.com, or nowadays you can visit us on Facebook too. Drop us a note, let us know what's going on. I know, speaking of that, we're doing a calendar contest right now for Stood Heights. We want some videos. We're doing some fall, winter, spring, summer. If you got any videos laying there, or pictures, I guess I could say, that you'd like to submit, hop on Facebook, send us an email, send us a picture, and we'll see what we can get done with it. So again, I'd like to thank Stan for allowing me to be here, allowing him for running business the way he does. He does a great job. It's an enjoyment working there. So again, from the Johnson County Fair, thank you very much.